This is Life of Otto, written by Bishop of Bamberg, chapter 3. The cause of this persecution and tumult was an idle priest who, having heard the news of the new preaching, had a novel idea. Dressed in the vestments of the temple and all of the other adornments, he left the city in secret and went to the neighboring wood, where he terrified a villager who was walking there with his unexpected appearance. Upon seeing him with idle clothing, and suspecting that his most important god had appeared unto him, he heard him say the following: I am your God, whom you worship. Do not be afraid. I am your God, Jarroite. I cover fields with grass and forests with leaves. It is in my power to make the field. And trees yield and flourish to provide cattle fodder and everything that man needs here. That's why I want people to worship and respect me. Get up, be not afraid. Rather rise immediately, enter the city, and spread my message to the magistrates and all the people, so that should the disciples of the swindler who lives with Duke Ratislav in Usedom appear, they will be delivered to a cruel death without delay. Otherwise, the city and its inhabitants shall perish. When the villager had announced this speedily to the citizens, they unanimously endeavored to carry out the commands of their God. In the evening of the same day, some of the venerable bishop's followers wished to examine the temple in that same city and proceeded to do so without further precaution, whereupon some of the citizens suspected that they wished to set their temple ablaze, and assembled together they went out to meet them with the discordant clatter of arms. Then the pious Ulrich turned to his companions and said, It is not without reason that they have assembled. Be assured that they have been hastened by our entry. Hearing this, the companions turned back on their path and sought refuge for their flight. But a clergyman named Dietrich, who had gone ahead of them and had approached the doors of the temple, not knowing where to turn, boldly burst into the shrine itself, and, seeing a golden shield hanging on the wall, which had been dedicated to Jerovit, their god of war, and which they considered it unlawful to touch, seized the shield and faced them. They, as ignorantly simple men, thought that their god Jerovit was advancing to meet them, and, stupefied, they retreated and fell to the ground. Dietrich, perceiving their folly, threw away the shield and fled, thanking God that he had thought fit to deliver his servants out of their hand.